Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of 911 on Fox Season 4, Episode 9. If you were new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you're one of my peoples, welcome back. Now, y'all, if 911 didn't come back from this month-long hiatus, doggone raise my blood pressure up, I don't know. Child, almost from like the beginning to the end, I'm stressed out. Like that whole little scene, I'm like, I'm on edge. I'm doggone it. I didn't realize that I didn't doggone. I'm holding my breath. Like almost through this whole episode. Like 911 will do that to you. They will have you up your blood pressure fully rose. But anyway, Chimney and Maddie. Chimney finna work himself into a heart attack. Cause Maddie, she is past her 40 due date. She's 40 weeks in 1 day. 40 weeks in 2 days. She's eating and drinking hot soup. She's trying to have sex. She's trying to do yoga. She's trying to do everything. And baby girl's like, nope, I am nice and warm in here, nice and snug and balled up. I'm not ready to come into the world. I'm perfectly happy where I am. Maddie, on the other hand, she having to use the restroom every 5 minutes. Like, baby girl, it's time. It's time for you to come into this world. And she's like, nope. Then she's like, okay, I'm ready. Psych. This is Braxton his contractions. I ain't ready to come. That's what they was going through. Chimney, he like, child, every little ooh and every little chimney, he ready. Got the bags and everything. Over at Henrietta and her wife's house, y'all. I really need to get that woman's name. I can't be constantly calling her Henrietta's wife, but Henrietta and her wife, they are upset because they have to give Nia back to Nia's birth mother. Now they done had Nia for a year, and Nia don't look like she more than 2 years old. So these is the only parents that she knows. These are her mamas. This little boy named Henry, that's her brother. That may not be his name, but we're going to call him that right now. This her family. Grandma, that's grandma. These is the people she know, and now she's being like thrust into, being with her birth mama. Now, they was all set to adopt her, then the sister was like, no, her birth mother, she's doing better. She can take care of you now. We're going to start off with visitations, and then we're going to start off like with her spending the weekend there. And Henrietta's like, I want to make sure this woman's fit. I want to meet this woman. Well, this is completely against protocol. You can't just go over there and meet the birth mother. This is not how things roll. But Henry's like, for my peace of mind, I want to make sure she's fine. But the social worker's like, this is what we do. We assure you, we need not going to drop Nia off and not do any follow-up care. But I'm like, sometimes, sometimes these children slip through the crack. There was a story here, like, I want to say like 2 years ago. Little girl's mama, she was taken away to Child Protective Services. And the mama was saying, your boyfriend can't live here no more. The mama was like, okay, cool, boyfriend ain't gonna live here no more. I guess they did that until Child Protection wasn't coming anymore, or it was a situation where the child slipped through the crack. Little girl ended up missing, and they ended up finding her body. It was a whole case here. So I was like, there is sometimes where things happen. I was like, they never did, or I don't remember them going into what was Nia's birth mother's, her situation. Was it drugs? Was it alcohol? Was it I just didn't simply have a place to stay? We don't really know what it is, but Henrietta, she don't care what it is. All she know is y'all trying to take my little girl away from me, and I am just not having it. I am not here for it. Now, see, this is the reason why I would not want to be a foster parent, because I know I would get attached easily, and I would not want to get a child back. I'd be like, well, we can just adopt a baby. Well, that's not what y'all plan is. The plan is for y'all to take this baby until we find them a forever home. And I'll be like, well, this can be their forever home. And then, like, it don't really work like that. We found them a place. They've been placed. We come here to get this child. And I'll be all in my feelings. So, that I can see where Henry was coming through, but then again, I'm like, I see where the birth mother's coming through. I done got myself together. I proved that I can take care of my child. There was once upon a time when I couldn't, and now I'm doing better and I can take care of my child. Now, Maddie, she's still working because, like, I'm not going to be sitting at home doing nothing when I can be out here helping people. She and Chimney have not found a name for the baby yet. Now, the co-worker had to give her a good little talk. Like, look here, girl. Love you to pieces. But you might want to, pick out a name now because my mama waited. And she was so happy that once my brother was born, she named him after the nice doctor. The doctor's name is Norman. Our last name is Bates. So now my brother got to live for the rest of his life with the name of Norman Bates. He got teased all the time. So you might want to get on that. You don't want your naming your baby something weird. Or a common name of not a common name, but a name that everybody associates with something weird and creepy. Yeah, you might want to get on that. Now this is when the part of the episode where we breaking up, our blood pressure is rising. We sitting on edge of couch and or bed, or we're sitting up. Me is always, I gotta do one of these. I'm nervous because we got little Jacob. He done called dispatch because his mama's acting strange while she driving. Mama seemed a little disoriented. Eyes kind of glassy, mumbling, swiping cars, doing all these things. Now, I was trying to figure out, okay, is she having a stroke? Is she having something going on with her mind? Is it that she can't see? Because I was like, all these days I was trying to figure out what was playing into this. Like, if she was having trouble seeing, I would think that she would, pull over to the side, call 911. If she was having a stroke, maybe she couldn't do anything about it. But the fact that she was able to steady steer, I was like, yeah, this seemed like a drunken driver type of situation. Now, they end up going the wrong way on the freeway, which seems like I've heard stories about that several times, people going the wrong way. Side note, I'll tell you a little story. Me and my cousin, we went to the next town, the next state over. It's literally crossing a bridge from Evansville, Indiana to Henderson, Kentucky. But mind you, I'm 19 at the time, and I think she may have been 17. So, technically I could be there, but we wasn't supposed to be there. So, we're trying to find this particular store. Now, we go to a Walmart, and the lady's like, yeah, just go down that way, and it's the first exit off. Cool. So, we do as we are told. But we driving, which seems like for a good little minute, because we're not supposed to be there, and you are overhyped, your senses is up. Then I was like, cousin, this is the way you go to Georgia, and there isn't an exit for a long time. Because, mind you, I've taken this road several times, going from Indiana to Georgia, and Georgia to Indiana. I know this road. So I thought. So I'm like, it's not an exit for a long time. So we riding, and 2 minutes later there's an exit. Somehow I forgot that, or in my paranoia, I just didn't remember. So we get off, we go shopping. It's time to go back to Indiana. But we've never done this stuff before, so we don't know. There's a ramp. We don't know if it's the on-ramp or the off-ramp. So we chanced it. Thank goodness it's the on-ramp. But thinking back, we got off the off-ramp. So this has to be the on-ramp. But mind you, we are in this paranoia that we're not really supposed to be here. So things ain't really making sense. And to make matters worse, as we are cruising down the street, 6 police cars are behind us. Sirens are blaring. I'm like, she's driving. I'm like, pull over to the left. She's like, okay. I was like, no, it's to the right. And slow down. Now mind you, The only thing we had done was go from Evansville, Indiana to Henderson, Kentucky. Why would police be after us? Didn't make sense. We were scared. So the police, they just right on past us. We look at each other and laugh and just like roll on home. The story to tell you is going up an off ramp. She went up on the wrong way of the freeway. I just thought that story was cute because, like, when you're not supposed to be doing something, that paranoia will set in on your tail. But anyway, back to the story. She's going the wrong way on the freeway, still swerving. Mom pull over. He is crying at this time. At this point, I'm like, oh my goodness, don't nothing happen to little Jacob. Don't let it happen to nobody else. But it was just like this very intense and this heightened scene. It's a head-on collision. They hit like a little minibus van type of situation, which causes a massive pileup. I'm like, oh my goodness, how are they going? This is head-on collision, and she was going at a good speed. Now we got this pileup in the background. We finally get Jacob and his mama out the car, and sure enough, there is a bottle of alcohol sitting there. Thinking of piss, just like these irresponsible people. This is just stupid. You know, forgetting about the fact that Bobby, he got a drink. He's a recovering alcoholic. That just went all the way out the window. She mad at this point because this woman, she decided to drink and drive, and she done endangered all these people. And like it was three casualties. Y'all, I do not play about drinking and driving because I lost my cousin in 2008 on Christmas Day to a drunk driver who kept on drinking and driving, had his license taken away from him fully, can never drive legally, still was out here driving, and because his mom and daddy had a little bit of money, he kept on getting off. And he ended up crashing into my auntie's car, or my cousin's. I don't remember who was driving, but my cousin ended up losing his life because of the drunk driver. When I tell you, I don't care if you had a little sip. At this day and age, there you can get you an Uber. You don't have to worry about getting into a cab. Just get into an Uber and get your tail home. Have you a designated driver? One person you know don't drink at all, but likes to party. In the midst of this, one of the Bobby's calling for one of the firefighters to see if he is, disengaged the doggone airbag, and he's like, huh? And that thing just pops, knocks him back, hits the person in the car. Now this person in the car, they face is like paper now, because one, they was in the crash, two was a little bit of fire, and three, now the doggone airbag that hit them. But it seemed like Bobby knew who the person was, because he like looked and had like this face as they was like wheeling him off. I was like, what was that about? We didn't get into that. Now, just when you think that this accident couldn't get any worse, we got Albert calling saying, I think I've been in an accident. They was like, he was calling 911. First he had called 911. Hey, there is somebody on the road and they're driving, recklessly. And bam, he swerves or somebody hits him. Somehow he ends up rolling down an embankment. And when he comes to, he calls 911. And Maya is the one that answers. He was like, I think I'm in an accident and I think I'm bleeding. So they assume that it was this accident here. When the phone hangs up, she calls back, but she gets voicemail. And it's like, hey, this is Albert. Can't leave a message because texting is better. So she got to call Bobby them. Like, look here, Bobby them. I just got to call. Albert been in an accident. They looking for Albert, but it's like, okay, where did the call come from? It came from right here. They find him. And when I tell you this, Henrietta doggone working on Albert seemed like it took forever. She was doggone giving him CPR, and it seemed like it took like the longest time ever. It's like, how long can it take? And then at the same time, Maddie, she done went into labor, So it was like, is this gonna be a situation? Is like, is Maddie and Chimney's baby is born, Albert's gonna be leaving this world? Like, I was like, this can't be. They was, after it seemed like forever, they was able to get his post together and everything. He got a post. They got him to the hospital. They need to do what they need to do. Chimney finds out after, like, my baby girl's here, and then he finds out that his brother, then was in this pile up too as well. It was, y'all, it was a whole stressful episode. It was good, but 911 does this to you. It will have you on the edge of your seat ready to pull your hair out. So, y'all, that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free $99. Make sure your notifications are on some of my beautiful Facebook video. You can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.